of abundance acceleration, and learning how you can make some very simple changes, steps to be able to attract more money into your life. And I'm super excited to be running this live video with you guys today. But also, I have come on early as usual just to make sure that everything is working properly and to make sure that everybody gets into the high fives mode as we usually do. For those of you who know, you know. So kick back, relax, make sure you're in a high vibration mode. And today is going to be very, very, very beneficial if you are ready to attract more abundance and to make more money. So let's do this. Hello, everyone. Make sure to tag our friends, our family members, our FLC members, our creator circles, everyone. Make sure to tag them because nobody wants to miss this live. It's going to be very special. So I'm just doing my checks, making sure all is working as I'm here early. And comment below, let me know if you're excited about today's episode, because I certainly am. All right, this is working. Hello. How are you guys doing? Super excited to be here again after a little while. Now comment below also where you are tuning in from, because it's always good to know. And make sure to put on a smile on your face, because it so happens to be that if you are happy, if you're smiling, if you're positive, you can attract abundance much easier. So here we go. Welcome everybody. Nice and early. I love it. All right. This is working. Good. Comment below. Let me know where you are tuning in from. I'm very excited about today's episode. It's going to be very simple. But very eye-opening as well. All right, this is working. Okay, we got Ava in the house, we got Mark in the house, we got Sen in the house, we got Sida in the house. Super nice to have you guys here. And also, I'm going to be sharing something really cool with you guys today as well. Southampton in the house. We got Czech Republic in the house. Super nice. Hey. Super cool to have you guys with us. And we're still early. All right. Welcome, everybody. Comment below if you are excited for a very simple, cool episode about accelerating your abundance attraction. Indonesia! Apa kabar? Nice. So, welcome, everybody. I'm super excited to be here with you guys today on a very spontaneous, though very important episode today about how most people are actually working hard already. And this quote that I've put onto the description, and it is also in here, what do we have it over there? The quote that, basically what it says over here is that if you're working hard anyways, you might as well get rich. So before we're going to start with this, and before I'm going to share with you guys some really simple, though extremely effective strategy or thought experiment about this very topic and how this can help you to be able to expand your ways of making money or attracting abundance in whichever shape or form, I want to ask you guys a question, because again, this today is very it's like there's a few side effects from this episode today. It might all of a sudden completely click and you will be able to change your life around in the area of wealth, which is pretty cool. But if that is to happen, and if you want that to happen, it is also super important that you have that clarity, that you have that wish, that you have that want to be able to have more money or attract more money, and you're actually willing to take the steps to be able to do that as well. So my first question to all of you here, live on the video, or those of you who will be watching the replay, I want you guys to comment below and basically let me know if you are willing to make more money, if you are willing to attract more abundance. And if you do, then comment below and say, I want more money. Okay, it's going to be very, very simple. In the meantime as well, like today is going to be very simple. Like I said before, it's going to be a thought experiment, something that from, being able to teach a lot of people all around the world in the areas of wealth, in the areas of business, in the areas of people creating a passive income stream by monetizing what they love to do. A few very simple and yet very clear patterns have become abundantly clear to me and our team, and in the way how we educate people. And what you will find today is that what I will share with you is something that you probably already know, something that you probably have already considered at some point in life. Perhaps it's even something that you've already tried. But what I want today is that you actually make this conscious effort to change it all around, to actually say, okay, not just do I want more, today I'm going to make that difference. Today I'm going to decide to adopt this thing that was already in my mind for maybe years already, but today I'm actually going to do it. And I'm going to give you guys one very simple, very, very simple thought experiment that has been beneficial in my life and that has kind of blown me away in simplicity, but it is something that everyone here can do. And because today is kind of a more spontaneous, extra bonus live that I wanted to do, because this topic has been on my mind so much, and especially with, everything in the world with lockdown and not lockdown, lockdown, not lockdown, and, all that stuff, and people actually having suffered from this in particular ways, especially financially. I decided that today I wanted to talk about this topic. Even though I don't have much time, I only have a very short session with you guys today, I did want to share something that I know will be able to make an impact. So I really, really, really encourage you to just turn off all distractions. We're only going to have a short session here today, but turn off all distractions and allow this to be something that you can take on board and start implementing today. But also because I know that this is going to be, important, it's going to be cool, but there's also way more to it than I'm able to share today. I've decided to plan in a masterclass, which I want to invite all of you free of charge to join, which is going to be talking about this in a lot more details and actually covering the areas of wealth or the secrets of wealth that people who are born into super rich families are all exposed to at a very young age, and most of us have no clue about because we've just been miseducated. So if you guys want to learn more, if you want to really get this wealth creation to another level, then I would cordially invite you all to join for that masterclass. It's going to be free, like I said before, and I'm going to be dropping the link into the description. So it is tjibaria.com/masterclass. And you can also see it come by. It will take place next week. It's around 1.5 hour to 2 hour session. But again, these sessions, let me actually know, comment below if you've ever been attending a webinar, if you've ever been to a masterclass, or if you've ever been to maybe a seminar or an event or challenge or whatever it may be. Let me know in the comments, first of all. And second of all, again, this is something that I want to say from experience, is that we run a lot of those. We run a lot of webinars, we run a lot of events, we run a lot of challenges and things like that, where we share and pay forward the things that we have learned in our lives and the things that we have been blessed to accomplish and to allow our lives to be that what we call a freedom lifestyle. But what we also know is that a lot of the times when people attend those classes, even when people attend a live session like this, people do not take it in the way that can allow them to change their life. So would you guys want me to share with you how to consume a class like this so that you can actually see results, such that 6 months from now or a year from now or maybe a few years from now, you can actually see that you're living the life that you so want? Comment below if you would want me to share that with you. And then all you have to write is comment below, yes. All right. Now I see a lot of people who are here saying yes. We got Emily in the house, super nice. We got Agni in the house. Mwah, sending you big, big, big love. Love this shirt. Oh, thank you so much. I got it from my mom. So let me see. Yes, yes, yes. Show me. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, cool. Now, it's basically like this. When you are attending anything that is results-based education, you've got to be willing to take what you've learned and put it into practice today. That's basically the trick. If you truly desire change, and when I say change, it doesn't mean that you have to become a super saiyan or something like that, or like massive, massive, massive difference in your life. You might be super happy right now. You might be super healthy right now. You might even be having enough funds to be able to get by and to be able to look after your family. But there might just be this one thing in your life that you feel like, actually, I would want to improve that. I would want to take that to another level. I would like to be able to give more to other people. I would like to be completely stress-free and have more time and all of those different things. So if you find that in your life there is this thing that you feel like, yes, I would like to take it to another level, and let's face it, for most people that is finances, and that's also the topic of today's session and the topic of the webinar, then wanting that is not going to cut it. That's why I just want to break it down in the beginning, just for you guys to know, like, if you want it, you got to be willing to do something. So as you guys are here today, first thing I already said is, like, just turn off distractions. Make sure that you're fully focused. Don't watch the cat with one hand. Watch Netflix with another hand. I don't know how you watch Netflix with a hand, but still, like, be here. Be here in the moment. Write down the notes. Allow this to become something that you take on board. Think about it and start executing it today. So a few steps that I want to give you before we even get into the thought experiment that I'm going to share with you guys today is, I want you to write this down. Number one, be here for the full duration of this training, which is only going to be like 30 minutes to maybe 45 minutes max. Number two, register for the free masterclass, which is going to take place 1 week from now. It is a 1.5 to 2 hour webinar where I'm going to be able to share a lot more in a lot more detail, a lot more depth. And that's actually like the 7 powerful principles of wealth and money management, and things that allow you to kind of guaranteed compound your wealth and be there for the full duration as well. Okay, so if you have written down these steps, if you're committing to these steps, then comment below and say, I commit. Because why am I being so to the point, why am I being so direct straight from the beginning of this video rather than just diving into it? Is because I don't want this to be yet another video that you see. Another video that you thought afterwards, oh, nice, that is inspirational, that is cool. No, I don't want to be inspirational or cool or whatever. I want you to be able to take what I share on board. I want you to be able to change that area that you just had in your mind to the next level, and to be able to see yourself flourish in that area. So if you commit, comment below and say, I commit. Yes, written it down, commit. Okay, cool. Now, let's not keep you any longer. I'm going to dive in. And I like to keep things simple. So today I've got 0 notes. I'm just going to speak from experience, and I'm going to speak in very simple terms and basically share what I have seen in my life, and how once you see something, you can no longer unsee it. This is the thing. And it fascinates me. It fascinates me deeply. It's really funny, because it's very true that a lot of people work extremely hard. You might be one of them. You work very hard in your job, in your business, in your family setting, in your studies, whatever it is that you do. By the way, feel free to comment below. Let me know what it is that you do. I always love to go through the comments afterwards and to get a bit of a feeling of, who is here today. So whatever it is that you do, you probably are already working hard. But this is what T. Harv Eker says. If you work hard anyway, you might as well get rich. And all that I'm wanting to do today is to allow you to see, how can you have that hard work that you're putting in anyways. I'm not saying to you, oh, you have to work even harder. No, I'm not saying that. You might want to, because once you see how this works, you might want to work harder or put even more in, because it will expand even more. But what I'm saying here is that if you already put in so much hard work, how can you change your focus in very nuanced ways so that more wealth can be created. And this is beautiful, because like I said before, a lot of the time people work hard already, but they're not necessarily aware of these things. Because let me ask you this question: how many of you learned in school how to create your passive income streams? How many of us went to school to learn how we can become financially free? Like, these were not things that we've learned. We didn't learn how to find things to invest in and how to basically compound our money. A lot of us, and you might be one of them as well, a lot of us think that we should save money for a rainy day. By the way, how many of you have ever heard this before? Like, save money for a rainy day, or a penny saved is a penny earned. And these are things that, yeah, they might be better than just blowing away your money just like that, but they're not for wealth creation. And they're not beneficial to you if you truly want to change around your life, if you truly want to look after your families, if you truly want to make sure that you can make a difference and help people out as and when they come to you and ask you for help. Because how nice would it be if you could just live your life stress free, knowing that money is coming in, not having to worry about the bills, and also knowing that whenever a friend or a family member, or someone that you might not know, like physically, but you know them from online, and they come to you and they need you right now, or it could be a charity, and that you are able to give to that as well. And this thing, and I really want you guys to write this down, because this is specifically super important. A lot of the time when we think about these things, we think like, yes, that would be nice. My life would be a lot more purposeful, or a lot more calm, and a lot more enjoyable as well. But forcefully we try to see, okay, where do we do this then? And you put in that little bit of extra energy that you have into some things that might not be the most elegant way, it might not be the most smooth way, or it might not be the most aligned way to get to what you are meant to succeed in, if that makes sense. And what happens is we definitely want to then help people. We definitely want to do certain things. Already right now, we're doing our best, which is absolutely phenomenal, because I've said this many times before, for those of you who watch my videos, that it doesn't acquire money to do good. As a matter of fact, we can do good every single day, giving a smile, or helping a person, or just thinking a good thought, sending positive energy. That's already good. And whether you donate 1 million or whether you give a smile, one is not better than the other, because it's the intention that counts. But a lot of the time when we speak on different stages all around the world, we meet great people like yourself, that say like, I would like to, yes, continue my smiles and continue my good thoughts, but I would also like to make structural change. How many of you resonate with that? How many of you also feel like you would love to be able to make that difference and allow it to be a lasting difference? And if that is the case, that's when money becomes important. I once posted a picture on Instagram where I said, I don't care about money, but I care about the good and the scale and the ease with which I can do with that money. I don't know if that was a totally correct sentence, but you know what I mean, right? And so here's the thing that I wish to propose. What if you were indeed in a situation where you didn't have to worry about money? You didn't have to use up all your time in something that might not even be purposeful to you. In other words, most of the time, people's jobs, because 85% of people hate their jobs. And you can actually use that time to, first of all, look after yourself. Second of all, have more creative freedom, and therefore also be able to do things to a much further extent. How many of you would agree with me that if you were in a position like that, you have way more things that you can do, way more things that you can, way more projects that you can start, way more people that you can meet? And that is why we talk about freedom lifestyle. So whether it's now today on this special live class, or whether it's going to be on the master class, or for some of you who are coming to the FLA event, comment below and say hashtag FLA. Whenever we talk about these principles of being able to make money, it always is making money with a purpose. It's always making money by helping people and by doing good and by allowing you to do something that feels purposeful to you and that makes you feel happier, makes you wake up in the morning and think like, yes, what am I going to do today? But this is the key. And I hope my words have made sense to this point, but let me rephrase it in a way that if you start to, like I said before, if you start to see this thing, you can no longer unsee it. And when you start to implement it with seeing it, then your time that you have to, like the time freedom will increase. And because the time freedom will increase and also the budget will increase, you will have far more effectiveness in your actions, far more effectiveness in the the creativity that you have. And therefore, once this is seen and once this is implemented, it will only compound. Because let me ask you this question: how many of you have ever, heard anyone say, or you may have thought this before, the rich get richer? How is it that the rich get richer, whereas a lot of people struggle to get by? Now, this is the very same effect. If you see this thing, and if you are able, and if you are able basically means if you are willing to put it in practice. That's why I said, for those of you who are on this live today, set away distractions, commit. Don't commit to me, commit to yourself. Commit to the fact that you are willing to make your moves, that you are willing to dedicate some time, some energy, some effort to this cause so that you can see it, you can then start seeing the results from it. And as this results start to come in, your time units increase, your money units that you are able to invest increase, and therefore your effectiveness increases. Now, if this at any level resonates with you, if you like this, then comment below and say, I like it, because this is what today is about. And the way how I want to, again, share it is in very simple terms, very, very, very simple terms. And it's basically just an example from my own journey and something that I have done and that sometimes still to this day amazes me. And then I think like, it really is this simple. And when I say, just to make sure everyone understands, when I say it's simple, doesn't always mean that it's easy, because it does take you to implement it. It does take you to march, even when sometimes it feels like, oh man, where are the results? I don't see the results yet. I was listening today to this beautiful ebook by Brendon Burchard, which is called High Performance Habits. Really phenomenal book. I've heard about it for so long, but only now I started to listen to it. And in there he says it's very funny that in this world, a lot of the things that you see about, whether it's like programs or whether it's things about, getting results or making money. A lot of the time people talk about these quick fixes and they say like, yeah, it's super, super simple. You just do this, 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 this. But he says what that actually does to us as humans and as creatures that are able to learn skill sets and be able to evolve into a much more advanced human being that's able to get consistent and sustainable results is quite detrimental. Because if everyone, me included, like if we say these things like this is super simple, super easy, then what happens is that the audience, the viewer, in this case you, will start thinking and focusing on a quick fix and start focusing on, oh, I don't need to develop a skill. I don't need to put in some time and effort. If I just click this button and poof, money falls on my head and there'll be happy days. But in essence, we all know that if we want to achieve a result, it is going to take our dedication. It is going to be something that we have to put our energy towards, put our time towards. And sometimes we have to walk and walk and walk and do the things, even when other people are sleeping, and even when we don't see the results, we have to keep going. But in the end, we get better. We walk and do the things whilst helping others. That's why I love the way how, our freedom lifestyle education is, because it's not just like, oh, you're doing like these steps, or you making moves in your business that are meaningless. Every single step that you implement is actually there to serve a person. So it never feels like, it's all for nothing. You're always doing something purposeful. It always brings back great sense of contribution and happiness and fulfillment. So it's much easier for people to then keep on going. But also, you will develop yourself in such a way that you can then achieve those results and be in such a form that you will be able to do it for the rest of your life. If this resonates, if this makes sense, then comment below and say, I will put in my energy. Because that's just a requirement. I cannot say, oh, yes, everyone's going to be millionaires if you just apply this very simple click button method, because that's not how it works. However, that being said, it is far simpler than I thought it would be when I wasn't in business. 5 years ago, when I was, doing my PhD in astrophysics at the university in the Netherlands, I was thinking that those business people must have got some big brain like Einstein, or they must have just had a lot of money, or they must just have, a lot of friends that help them, a great network. And even though these things do speed the process up, it's not a requirement, not at all. And the steps to be able to make money, make more money, do more good, acquire more wealth are actually far simpler than that. But even though it's simple, it does require effort. Okay, so a lot of you are writing, I will put my energy in. Okay, cool, we're in a good space. Now, let's get started. Okay, and you can actually see some stuff on the board, which I have been sharing with our amazing FLC students. If there's any FLC students, because I can't actually see everyone in here, I comment below and say hashtag FLC. I'm so super proud of all our students. Mwah! Giving you guys a big hug and kiss, and it's just sending my love. But this is basically something that is a requirement for all our students. Whenever they start on the FLC, which is Freedom Lifestyle Creator Certification Program, the aim that they must set for themselves is to make 100,000 in a year. Or actually, we do it a bit stricter. We say 100,000 in 10 months, which means 10,000 per month. But aside from this being a very cool and achievable way or thing or goal to set, and we let our students set that, I want to talk about something far easier than that, far simpler than that. And this, again, is a thought experiment that I want to open up your mind to how within even this week, this coming week, you could make some extra money. And the purpose of this is for you to see that once you see it, you can't unsee it. That's the purpose of today. And even though that money that you might be making is only like $10 or only like $20 or only $100 or whatever it might be, this principle is then scalable. So I want you guys to write this down. Simple principle to make money straight away. And once you see it, you cannot unsee it. And it is scalable. I want you guys to write these things down, because this is super crucial to what I'm about to explain. Now, second question that I want to ask, and the reason why I'm keep on asking the questions is because I want to make it relevant to you guys. I don't just want to, share certain things that some of you might not relate to at all. Okay. Oh, by the way, I see also a lot of new people coming in. Like I said before, today is just a very short session where I'm running you guys through a thought experiment for you to be able to see that if you're working hard anyways, you might as well get rich. You just need to shift focus slightly, and you'll be able to have the same input and more monetary results, more money made. Okay, so because again, today is only a short session, I've decided to run a webinar, a masterclass, free of charge on Thursday next week. That is the 18th of March. So I've put a link in the description. I'm going to put it in again in case anyone has missed it. It is tjibaria.com/masterclass. And I highly urge you, and I've actually said to those who are here already from the beginning, I said, it must be one of your steps. You have to be there. If you're here and if you're enjoying this, if you're seeing that it already, creates some aha moments, then you definitely have to be there, because there I dive a lot deeper into it. Okay, so the link is in the description, tjibaria.com/masterclass. Make sure to register now because it is limited spaces. So it's free, but it's like not everybody can be on it. All right, so this is going to be an important thing to do. Now, let me ask you this question. How many of you listening to this now or on the replay later have something or have ever given another person advice? Comment yes if you have. How many of you listening to this have ever, in any area of life, given another person advice? Comment below yes if you have. Yes, and organically we'll be there. Super. Okay, so yeses are coming in. Nice. Now, that being said, how many of you who have once in your life given advice have actually noticed that you have given advice more often on the same topic? How many of you maybe have it that whenever any of your friend circle or family is in relationship problems, is in a relationship crisis, they come to you? It's like, oh, he's not being nice, she's not being nice, or whatever. And you attend to it, you give advice, and you see that they implement it, and happy days for the relationship. Or you see that they don't listen to you, and you're like, oh, why don't you listen to me? But the key thing here is that you've actually given the same advice more than once. Or third option or third question, how many of you may not have given the same advice twice, but you actually see that what you have given advice about is something that more people face. More people experience the same problem. More people experience the same thing. Because that's what we're after. Do you have some piece of advice that you have given that you feel could be beneficial to more people? And is there a way for you to help more people? Because let me ask you this question. How many of you would actually enjoy helping people? Feel happy once you give someone that advice and you see that their relationship is good again, or you see that it has an impact? How many of you like helping people? So my narrative is very simple, right? Have I ever given advice? Is this advice something that could serve more people? And thirdly, is it nice to help more people? Do I like helping people? Now, if the answer to these three questions for you is yes, then today I want to share with you that for me, that question also is answered. These questions are also answered with yes. And for me, I've implemented something that I've also learned from my mentors. A very simple thing that, again, you can do straight away. And it can allow you to start creating a passive income stream. This passive income stream that I'm about to describe to you may not amuse you. You'll be like, I already thought of that. But my question isn't if you've already thought of it. My question is if you are already seeing money coming into your account right now from implementing that idea. Because ideas are not worth much. The implementation of an idea is worth something. So many different people in the world walk around with ideas, but they fail, or I don't like the word fail, that's why I was like, but they stop themselves from implementing it because in their head they're thinking, oh, that's too simple, or so many other people are already doing it. Oh, well, how do I stand a chance against this? Erase that for a second. If you answered yes to any of these questions, and especially the third question, you like helping people, then this strategy is something that you will like. And before I'm going to share it with you, because it is that simple, in this case, I can truly say it is super simple. I want to challenge you to implement it. And I've said it before, and you guys all said, yes, I commit. But now I want to challenge you. I want to challenge you, and I want you guys, before I even say what it is, because you already know that it's good, you already know that it's valuable, you already know it's going to help people, and it's going to make you money. So before I even say what it is, I want you to comment below and say, challenge accepted. Because for those of you who feel like, oh, I don't want to do that, because what if she asks me to jump around like a chicken or whatever? I'm not going to say that, first of all. But what you have to know is what you want lies outside your comfort zone. What you wish to create is on the other side of fear, because otherwise you will already have it. If you keep on doing the same thing and expect a different result or a different outcome, that's insanity. If you keep on doing this, what you've always done, you're going to keep on getting what you've always gotten. All right. Love it. Super, super nice. Okay, so here are the things that I want you guys to do, and I want you guys to see the effect of. It's a simple strategy, and instant regret. Don't say that, Emily, especially you, because you've actually already done it. You will be scaling it, because obviously Emily is one of our students. So, okay, here goes. It's very simple. I want you to plan and make sure to write this down very, very clearly in your notebooks, because you're gonna have to implement it. You're gonna take out maybe an afternoon or a Sunday. Like we have a weekend coming up. Sunday afternoon, you get a cup of tea or a cup of coffee or whatever, and you open your laptop or you open your computer or you take your phone or you take a notebook, whichever. Maybe like these devices are a little bit more useful because when you have a notebook, then you still have to put it onto that as well. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna write down your advice in a very simple, make sure to write this down, very simple and step-by-step form. You're basically gonna write a book, a small book, a small, simple, effective, people helping book. And in that book, you're gonna write down 3 steps to achieve XYZ, or 5 steps if it's 5, or 7 steps if it's 7, or 7 keys or 7 secrets. Whatever it is, you're going to write down that advice that you've once given and you know could benefit more people. You're going to write it down as a very simple series of steps. You're only going to take an afternoon for it. Once that is done, you're going to go and take that piece of writing and you're going to export it to a PDF. That PDF is your book. Once you have your book, you are going to go to social media and you are going to speak to people. You're going to talk about the topic of this book. You're going to mention the importance of it. You're going to share maybe a few of the steps. And you finish with the following. Make sure to write this down. You say, maybe like if it's 7 steps, you share the first 2. And you say, obviously, there's a lot more steps to it. And if you want to read more, I have a book. And this book I am going to offer right now for only, and you decide what is the amount. Could be $1, could be $2, could be $3. But there's one big but. And the but is that in order to get a person to see the value in buying your book, even if it's just for $1, what you have shared has to be super valuable. So spend some time daily to talk about this topic, to watch YouTube videos about this topic, to get some creative ideas, to go add that value to people, and do it consistently. By the end of next week, you're going to see if you have any sales already. Could take a bit more because people need to see you a couple of times. But I assure you that by implementing this strategy, at some point you will have a book sale. Now, at this moment, you might be thinking, I thought that this was about making a lot of money. This $1 book is not going to bring me my financial freedom. Let me stop you right there. Because what did I say in the beginning? Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Once you know how to offer a $1 book, do you think that you could do something similar for a $7 book, or for a $19 book, or for anything for that matter? Or, let me say it in other words, do you think that once you have had that live video that was so valuable and got you a couple of $1 book sales, do you maybe think that you can use that video on autopilot and use it in combination with some sort of marketing to get more people to watch that same very video that you've only done once, and that it can actually scale the number of sales that you're getting on that $1 book. What do you think? Because my prediction is that at this very point, you're sitting there and you're thinking, that's too easy. Anyone can do that. Or that's too much work. A whole afternoon, a whole Sunday with a cup of tea. I don't even like tea. Or you may be like, oh, but I don't want to add value to people. Well, you can't say that, because when I asked you the 3 questions, you said that you like to help people. Why I am sharing this example is because I've personally done it many times. And every single time I did it, I was stunned. I was totally stunned at, first of all, the amount of value that it brought to people. How people enjoyed my very few steps in the book. But here's the thing, right? It doesn't matter if it's few steps. It matters if it's valuable, if it can make a difference. Even what I'm sharing with you guys right now is very few steps, but it can make a difference. So it amazed me at seeing how much people appreciated it, how much people valued the fact that I took the effort to share this thing with them. But number 2 was the amount of sales that I got. The amount of people that said, like, yes, I like it. There's so much value already in this video. I can't wait to read more. And $1, $2, $3, that's nothing. Let me go and buy it. And what I want to share with you guys right now is that you very, very, very likely at this point think, no, this is too easy. If that's what you're thinking, that's good. Because if you can get this to work, which basically means a slight shift of your already hardworking energy towards a new, little, simple project, and you can allow that effort to turn into dollars, and not just any type of dollar. It is a value-adding dollar. As we say, every cha-ching is a life changed, but it's a passive dollar as well. Why is it a passive dollar? Because once you hit that video that gets you the sales, you can scale. That is when you embark on actually the freedom lifestyle journey. That is when you have created a passive income stream. And again, you might not be impressed right now. You'll be like, that's nothing compared to $1 million funnel. That's nothing compared to getting, so much money into my bank account every single day. But that wasn't the purpose of today. We do those things, and we do those things well. We teach them to our students, and they do that well. The purpose of today is to get you to see how simple it is on the small scale, to get you to have this effect that you all of a sudden see it and actually feel that it is so simple that it might not even be worth your time. That's when you know you got something. That's when you know that it might actually work. And I'm telling you from my experience, it works. It works for me. It will, if you commit to it, work for you as well. If this up to this point has made sense, comment below and say, makes sense. If you think that this extremely simple thought experiment is actually worth giving a shot, actually worth implementing. Like you said at the beginning of this video, I commit. I'm going to do this. I'm going to try it. I will take the energy towards something like this. Then comment below and say, I am a winner. Because when you say yes to any of these things, then you are. And I will be super, 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 super thrilled to see you guys making money from this. Again, it's very simple. I've never done a video like this before. But the reason why I felt so compelled to do it is because now that I've seen it, I can't unsee it. And I'm not only applying this, I feel blessed to apply this on the $1 end, also on the $10 end, also on the $100 end, also on the $1,000 end, also on the $10,000 end. So you start to see that when you can apply this on the small scale, you get the mechanism. You see how your energy and your effort is purposeful, is helping people, can actually produce passive income, and you are putting it into words and you see it. Not only do you see the money, but you also see the effect that it has on people, and it makes you smile, makes you feel grateful, and makes you feel purposeful. Then you know that you've got it. And then it's time to scale. Obviously, when you get to that point and when it's time to scale, there's a lot more things to it. And that's why I said today is only a very short session, and I cordially invite you to be there on the masterclass on Thursday. So I'm again going to put the link in the description. I highly recommend you to be on that masterclass. But also, I want to say, because I see a lot of beautiful comments coming in, I'm a winner, makes sense, I'm going to implement it so the results will speak for themselves. Beautiful. I want to take it one step further. Is it okay if I take it one step further? And I really want you to succeed with this because, again, it is super simple. And you might still be a bit mind boggled to think like, oh, is it worth my while? Is it worth my while? Should I do it? Should I not do it? Just do it. Just do it. Right? Just do it. You already said I'm a winner. So to take it one step further, I want you, after I'm finishing this video, which is going to happen in a few moments, I want you to go live into the Creator Circle. And I want you to record a video sharing what you've learned, what is this strategy, and committing, making a public declaration that you're going to implement this, that you're going to write your mini book, that you're going to add value to people, and that you're going to sell it for $1 or $2 or $3 or however many dollars. It doesn't matter what the amount is. It matters that you're turning your passion into profit in a passive way. Okay, comment below. You're turning your passion into profit in a passive way. And that's when the world of, financial freedom opens up to you. Because once you see it, you cannot unsee it, and you'll be very willing to scale it up. You'll be very willing to think like, hey, I get this now. Let's try the $10. Let's try the $100. Let's try the $1,000. And you can see that at that point, you can quit your job. You can then have more time units, dedicate more time to help more people, get more creative freedom. You have more money, so you can put Facebook marketing behind it or other tools behind it. You can maybe create a team that speeds everything up. That's when the freedom lifestyle begins. So from that point, comment below and say, I will go live right now. Comment that below, make that commitment. And in your video, share two things. What was it that you have learned? And what are you going to commit to? And I'm looking very much forward to see you guys on the masterclass on Thursday. But also, I'm very much looking forward to see you guys actually getting the results from this. And again, you've already committed to this. If by the first week you haven't made $1 yet, don't worry about it. You're going to keep on going. Because if you keep on going, it will happen. All right? On that note, I'm going to say I love you, and I'm going to go. But if you thought this video was useful, please feel very free to give it some love. If you think anybody else can benefit from this video, obviously this video is in the Creator Circle, but it's also live on YouTube. So you feel very free to share it from my YouTube channel if you want to. If you know a friend or a family member or someone, feel very free. You're more than welcome to. But most importantly, go live now, and I see you on the masterclass.